All right, what's up guys? It is early April in Central Florida. It's turkey season, but I've tagged out, so I'm kind of stuck. I can't do anything else, and we ran through our last quota, so we basically can't hunt anywhere else unless we want to travel. So got bored, figure I'd do a little how-to on our method, well, my method of saddle hunting that I utilize. I've been saddle hunting for 2 years now. First year I just strictly climbed with sticks. Now I'm doing the one stick method. I did that this season. I started in the middle of the season. I think it's pretty cool. So I figured I'd show you guys if you're on the fence about trying the one stick method or even trying saddle hunting, kind of show you my method, see what you think about it, see if you want to pursue it. Also, I'm not rich, so I try to be as budget friendly with all this stuff that I get. I'll do a description of all of the gear that I use in the video down at the bottom of the video whenever it's complete. But as I'm going through, I'll kind of give you like a little rundown of what I use. The sticks I use are XOP X2 sticks. I think for 4 of them it was like 150 bucks, a lot cheaper than most of the other premium sticks out there, and they only weigh like 2.5 pounds a piece. Don't quote me on that, they might be lighter than that, but they're extremely light. And I'll just kind of run this down as I begin this process. But I like, whenever I'm one sticking, I like a 3-step aider. Generally, if I'm using regular sticks, I'll do a 3-step aider on my very bottom stick. This 3-step aider is really nice. It's from a company called Hangfree that's based out of, I think, Orlando. They got a lot of good stuff. It's like saddle hunting mecca on their website. And I altered one of my sticks, my XOP sticks. Bought a cam cleat off of Amazon for about 30 bucks. It's loud if you click it like that, but this has enabled me to basically take an amsteel rope and it's really quick. I can go up, wrap it around the tree, run it through that quick. I don't have to loop and tie or anything like that. So the first thing I like to do is I'll go up to my tree with my stick and I'll put it as high as I can get it, as high as I can keep it up, and I'll use my face or my nose or whatever to keep it up in the air. And then I literally run that through the cam cleat. It's locked in place now. I pull it down and I throw this up over so I can get to this rope later once I'm up top. All right, got my GoPro on my head. I had to take my hat off. It's not gonna sit on there very good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and ascend up the tree. I'm gonna turn the GoPro on too, so give you guys kind of a POV look at what I'm actually doing while I'm going up. So we're all set. I'll go ahead and start climbing. And it's important to note that this is the only part of my climb where I'm not actually strapped into the tree. So once I get up, I'll go ahead and wrap my tether around the tree. I like to get this pretty high. I use my ascender is a Ropeman 1 that I like to use on my tether. Lock my carabiner in. Tighten up. Okay, now I'm completely safe in the tree. I can go all over the place. I'm connected. All right. So now I'm gonna step up one more time, get this a little bit higher, and move it over to the right-hand side of the tree. What that allows me to do is it allows me to easily swing over to the right-hand side of the tree, because the rope's naturally gonna make me wanna do that, and I'm gonna straddle the tree. I'm sitting here hands-free. Now I lean over, reach down, pull on my stick to take a little slack out, and I grab my rope, and it pops out of my cam cleat. And I can literally grab it and move it up for the next step. Pop my rope through, sling this over the top so I can get to it again, push myself out from the tree, put my foot in that bottom step. And what I've noticed, and the reason I like this 3-step aider, is because as high as I can get that stick, that bottom step is literally right there for me. So I can put my foot in it, plant my foot against a tree, kind of swing over and start climbing. And just like that, I'm already probably 12 or 13 feet. And I'll do one more climbing evolution up. Now it's really important, I'm not a pro at this. I haven't been doing it for very long, but you want to try to keep the least amount of slack in your tether rope while you're climbing as possible, in case you do have a fall. You know, you're not putting a whole lot of shock into your fall, because that can hurt you just as bad as actually falling from the tree, depending on how far you fall. So again, I swing over, I reach down, pull my stick up for some slack, pop that rope up, bring my stick around again, bring it over, pull it down, push away from the tree. And with very little effort and a very short amount of time, once I stick my platform up, I'll probably be between 18 and 20 foot. So tighten up my tether line, and again, I'm hands-free, I'm locked into the tree, I'm safe. So the very next thing I do is I attach my platform to the back of my backpack, so I can kind of unclip my backpack, swing it around, and it's only one strap. Unclip it, platform's in my hands. This is a trophy line mission platform. It's the largest saddle hunting platform that I know of. I really like it because I'm 6'2", with size 13 shoe. Take some slack out of this. So it gives me plenty of foot room. I like, you know, you don't want something too big and heavy. I think this platform is about 4.5 to 5 pounds, because you are trying to keep your weight down. It's the whole purpose of this. But so once I get that cinched on, I close the platform up. It allows me to take a little more slack out. I push the top down, and I cam the platform into the tree. So now I can move my tether up with me, try and keep slack out, and step onto my platform. Platform's rock solid. I'm easily, I mean, I think I'm very, very close to 20 foot in that short amount of time with one stick. You know, I'm at hunting height. So if I was hunting, I'd be attaching my gear hanger up here, attach my backpack to it, bow, gun, you know, what have you. But since I'm not actually hunting, so I'll show you this whole process in reverse. So when you one stick, it's very difficult just to take your stick and try to climb down. It's possible, you can do it, but the most effective and efficient method is to rappel. So I have a couple extra carabiners, and I have what's called a figure 8. This figure 8 cost me literally 13 bucks off of Amazon. It's all climbing rated. The rope, this continuous loop, is called an auto block. I'll show you exactly how I put that on and what that does, but it's essentially an extra break for me while I rappel. So I'll take one of these carabiners off, clip it to my side lineman's loop. I like using my right hand side, and then I'll take the other carabiner go ahead and clip it onto my bridge on my saddle, because that's where it's going to be eventually. I'll take my auto block and just clip it to the carabiner that's on my side, and I'm going to put my figure 8 back in my dump pouch, because now I have to get out my rappel rope, which I keep in my backpack. I have approximately 32 to 35 feet of rappel rope. Throw my backpack back on real quick. I found that that's enough for me. A lot of people carry 40 foot. I didn't feel like it was necessary, because I'm never going to be more than 28 to 30 foot up a tree anyways. Okay. So now if I'm ready to climb down, I'm literally going to take my rappel rope, drop it to the ground, make sure there's no knots in anything. Okay, we're all free and clear. Obviously I got plenty of rope down there, so I'm going to wrap it around the tree. Connect myself in with my quick link. I also purchased this quick link off of Hangfree's website. It's all climbing rated. My rappel rope, again, climbing rated. I can't remember the brand. I'll try to put it on the description, but it was fairly cheap. Had good reviews on Amazon. I'm well over 200 pounds. I've tested it out several times. It's plenty strong, just as long as you make sure your equipment looks safe, is in good working order, no frays, so on and so forth. So once that's connected, I pull out my figure 8 that I showed you before. I run my rappel rope through the big part of the figure 8 in a loop, and that goes over top of the small part of the figure 8. So I rappel using my right hand, so I bring that over here, and the small side will be to the left. I'll take this carabiner that I clipped in to my bridge and connect it. Go ahead and lock that in, and now I'm double connected to the tree. So what I like to do now is bring that up a little bit, and I'm going to take the tag end of my rappel rope, and I'm going to tie in with my auto block now. So with this, I take and I do 2 to 3 wraps. You got to be careful you wrap it too much. There'll be too much friction, but that's what this is. It's a friction loop. It acts as a brake for you while you're rappelling. You can rappel without it, but if something happens, like you get hit in the head, you go unconscious or whatever while you're rappelling, something crazy, or a bee stings you and you let go, you could hit the ground pretty quickly without it. So now that I'm locked in with that, I will cinch that up a little bit, and I will loosen my tether and slowly tighten in to my figure 8. So now my tether is completely slack. I never unclipped from anything. I'm completely clipped in the entire time. My auto block is keeping me tight. There's no movement. I'm locked in, completely safe. I'll take my tether, remove it from the tree, and normally I would just go ahead and throw my tether in my dump pouch, but I'm just going to toss it to the ground below me. And so I'm completely ready to rappel. So now the next thing I'm going to do is double check that I'm locked in, everything's locked, good. So I'm going to move over to my climbing stick, because the first thing I'm going to do is remove my platform. And so the way this auto block works is it catches me if I let go, but if I apply a little bit of pressure to the top of it, I start moving. So now I'm locked in place again. So I'll show you on the way down how that works, but it's a really neat concept. And honestly, I wouldn't feel safe doing this without it, because anything can happen. So undo that. Again, if you want to be as quiet as possible, I could pull my backpack around and reattach this. I'm just right here in my front yard, so I'm not actually hunting. So I'm just gonna toss that into the palmettos. And now, put my hand on my auto block. You can see that. Put a little bit of pressure so I can continue down. I'm gonna swing over to the side so I can take my climbing stick off. Pull up. Just gonna toss that to the ground out of my way. Push back out from the tree. Put my left hand up above my figure eight, right hand back on my auto block, apply just the slightest amount of pressure, and I can go as fast or as slow as I want. And I actually forgot something really, really important. So I'll go ahead and explain it to you. Before you go down, you're supposed to attach a line up there on your quick link to be able to pull this whole system down. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and rappel down, and I'll just one stick back up real quick and attach it. And I'll pick the video back up there. But for all intents and purposes for the rappelling part, I'll just go ahead and show you this. Not a big deal. I just got ahead of myself. So, but anyways, I'm gonna rappel down. I'm literally just walking down the tree, or I can let go of the tree and just go down. So once I'm on the ground, I get enough slack in, unlock everything, and you don't want to lose your auto block and things like that. So I like to just go ahead and unclip that, your auto block and your figure eight, throw that back in the dump pouch. Take my auto block, throw it in my dump pouch. And now we'll pick back up when I'm back in the air, so I can show you the proper way to rappel and take down your rappel rope. Like I was saying before, the part that I missed, now that I'm back here in the tree and hooked in, is I take my bow rope and I run it through my quick link and attach it. So that's important because that is how you retrieve your rappel line from the tree. If there are any limbs or anything on the tree, yeah, it's gonna fall and get hung up on it, but if you keep pulling straight, what happens is it'll completely pull the tail end of your rappel rope through your quick link up here, and it'll just completely come down. So no worries if there's limbs on a tree, it doesn't matter. Important part I wanted to show you real quick, clean the ground up here, get this stuff off of here. I'd be a lot neater with it normally. Move this to the side. Is my bow rope is attached way up the tree up there on my quick link, so I literally just pull pine bark raining down in my eyes, and normally there we go, that's what's supposed to happen. Go ahead and unclip this, and when I'm unclipping ropes, I'm going to deal with one rope at a time. My bow rope, of course I say that, and I'm going to put it in a big old knot. There we go. Wrap that up like so, throw it in my dump pouch, undo my quick link. Again, these are climbing rated. You can get these from the hardware store, but they're not the same strength rating as if you get them off of a Repelling website or rock climbing website or a dedicated saddle hunting website. Not saying the other ones won't work, but I said I'm trying to be budget friendly and cheap, but I'm also trying to live to hunt another day. So this rope will go back in my backpack, and I'll put everything back together and I'll be ready to walk out of the woods. So like I said, if you're interested, I will try to get as much information I can on the equipment that I'm using, and I'll put it in the description of the video. If you guys want to see any more videos like this, let us know, and down in the comments. My wife saddle hunts, but she doesn't use the one stick method. She uses, typically she'll use 2 sticks bow hunting with large 8ers on each stick, or she'll use 3 sticks if she needs to get a little bit higher for gun hunting, so on and so forth. So maybe we'll do a video with her to kind of show her method as well. So thanks for watching, guys. We got all summer of nothing to do but maybe fishing, so we'll probably make some more videos on some of the other stuff that we like to utilize in the woods during the season. So you may have heard my wife start laughing at the end of the video that we just did. What I didn't realize is, you know, when the pine bark was raining down on me, it was getting in my eyes, it was also getting in my mouth. So it looked like, I'm sure you probably noticed, it looked like I was missing a bottom tooth. You can see I'm not missing any teeth, but there was a pretty damn good sized piece of pine bark in my mouth. So I wanted to readdress that, make sure you guys realize I have all my teeth for now. Thanks.